the mapping project, because the map I chose, I was able to talk more about myself and my experiences growing up and actually, put them on a map for people to understand.
Loosely defined in that we could take any map that we felt was relevant to our life and kind of apply it to whichever means necessary. And I think I got the most out of it because of the results that I presented in class.
It has been noted on several occasions that genre bending can be a high-risk, high-reward option. By taking a generic genre, such as a map, and putting our own spin on it, we were able to construct a project within a genre and learn about it, but we're also able to make it personalized. Such guidelines that the map genre include are a legend, compass, and title, which are known as the map's vocabulary.
One of my favorite projects in this course was the image text project. It allowed me to get a little creative. It also gave me a chance to show off some of my vector art skills.
It really helped me express my creativity as far as my artistic and intellectual combinations.
Graffiti is a term applied to an arrangement of institutionally illicit marks in which there has been an attempt to establish some sort of coherent composition, such as marks made by an individual or individuals upon a wall or other surface that is usually visually accessible to the public. Because it is impossible to limit or regulate resources that are available, graffiti as an art form is expandable, flexible, and difficult to control. The graffiti medium constitutes an open channel for its users to manipulate and mold to suit their needs. It represents a type of discontinuous communicative strategy through which people can engage in a visual dialogue which does not rely on face-to-face interaction or necessary knowledge of the writer's identities. These are the guidelines that we as students needed to keep in mind for this project. We needed to have a motive behind our image text.
I would probably say that my favorite project was the podcast because I listen to a lot of podcasts and I've always sort of wanted to make one, so I thought it would be fun.
And the Bears have rallied to beat the Panthers at Soldier Field. Bears 23, Carolina 22.
All right, that was yet another iconic call from Jeff Joniak that came after the narrow victory the Bears had over the Panthers this weekend.
That was obviously a sports podcast. Although some of the past genres we discussed had a specific set of rules, a podcast is not restricting at all. It actually has many genres within its own. There are advice podcasts, educational podcasts, talk, news, storytelling, and even public service announcements, each with their own set of guidelines. However, the speaker always has the possibility to play with the genre constraints. He or she can comply with them, subvert, or transgress them partly, according to what he or she considers to be the issue. All of these ideas helped us as students learn the auditory genre and allow us to create a podcast of our own.
My favorite project so far was the documentary project because it was fun going out in groups and finding all this weird stuff to film and then putting it together in a way which completely destroyed the original context, and that made it really fun and interesting to me.
I liked how we could kind of like pick our own topic and just edit it any way we wanted, and then it turned out like different from the other groups, so I thought it was cool to compare the different videos.
Similar to the audio genre, video has many genres within itself. Some include comedy, horror, drama, and what we are most familiar with at an educational level, documentary. Each of these has its own specific guidelines to follow, but they all follow the rules that are set by the video genre. For example, each of these follow the idea that a video should start with introductory credits and a title, display a story, and then end with a complete list of credits.
I've never know like what's Minecraft it was, but like when Pat showed us like during the class, I was like, oh, that's a pretty like cool software. Like maybe later on I can use it like in my like later on like other projects.
You get to look at how literature changes across different types of media.
Also, I learned different ways to communicate with different types of groups and different strategies, because a lot of people have different genres within that, so you have to work with them and then adapt your style to other groups.